What is up, bras, and welcome back. And we have grown to 200,000 members of the Coconut Brah family. That is absolutely insane. Last year around this time, I believe I only had about 25 to 30,000 subscribers. You guys are absolutely epic and I cannot wait. I'm not gonna ever slow down. I'm gonna be going absolutely ham with all of these updates currently and in the future, and we are so excited to be bringing you so much stuff. I do have a 200,000 subscriber special on the way, but you guys know me. I go pretty ham on them. So I want to thank you guys all for understanding. My subscriber specials usually come out a little bit late, and that's because I start a huge ass project. You guys can probably tell from that 150,000 subscriber, we did 100 tips. So I don't want to give anything away, but our 200,000 subscriber special is going to take that or a little bit longer to do. So bear with me, I'm gonna be pushing that out. But anyways, jumping right into the video, you guys can tell that we are jumping over to Yacht and we are gonna be doing some updated spawn kills for the map. Now, yeah, we usually stick to ranked only maps for our tips and tricks, but we're gonna be making an exception for Yacht because this is kind of like a revamped thing. It's kind of a big deal, and the game has really changed since the last time that we've seen Yacht. It's been a season or two, and there's been so many new players joining the Rainbow Six Siege community. I definitely want to update you. And regardless about how you may feel about certain spawn peaks, it is something that is constantly happening within the game. So even if you may not want to go for these, that's perfectly fine. I'm trying to raise some awareness so that you may not fall victim the next time you guys play Yacht. And keep these in mind. These are great spots when you're attacking. Don't forget to pre-fire these popular windows and be on the lookout so you don't fall victim. So these first three are three very similar but different variations, and the first two I like to do in the first round, and then the next ones I'll switch it up. I'll melee the windows, and you guys can see that it's kind of like a fake. So I melee the windows so that they check there first, and then I'll jump over to the door, and that's when I'll use the east balcony to look over into the Zodiac spawn. It's a really good, just really quick trick that you can do, and a lot of times you'll catch the attackers pre-firing at the open windows because that's where they think you'll be, and then surprise motherfucker, we're gonna be all the way over here on the east balcony. Alright, bros, now moving on to our spawn peak number 4. This one you could do by jumping out of the window, but we're going to be back in the same area, and this time the attackers are going to be coming from the snowmobile spawn, and they're going to be running on the east deck. Now generally they're going to take out that first camera, and then by the time you switch over to that second camera, when you see them running down, this is going to be a great run out because this is one of those tricky lines of sights where as the attacker is approaching you, you will be able to see their feet before they can see you. Because you have the high ground like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're going to be seeing their feet as they run to you, and they're going to be dead by the time they can even spot you. So you can kind of see it in this clip right here. I'm dead just by the time that my waist comes into view. Alright, now moving on to spawn peak number 5. This one's going to be coming to us from the master bedroom, and we got a couple different options on this particular one. Now the first one and the most safe way to do this one is going to turn it into a nitro cell run out. So we're going to just run a few feet, and then we're going to be chucking a nitro cell over in anticipation of the attackers running up from the snowmobiles. Now this is what it's going to look like. Once you get off of the drone phase, you're going to see the nitro cell just pop over the edge, and you guys can see that the defender, even though they're outside being detected, you don't have a chance to shoot them. They're just running out, dropping a nitro cell right on the path. Now right here, this is the second option. If for some reason you forget your nitro cell and you're feeling ballsy, you can just run straight to the edge, look down, and you're gonna have the high ground yet again on some unsuspecting attackers. But be careful with this one, you will be a little bit more exposed. Now moving right along to spawn peak number 6. This one's coming to us from the engine hallway, and we're going to be hitting the submarine spawn, which is on the north side of Yacht. Now this one takes a little bit of time because the attackers spawn quite a ways away from this entry point, but this is an entry point that a lot of people like to use when they are rushing in. If they spawn submarine, this is one of the closest doorways, and a lot of times people will be rushing the bottom because they believe it to be safe. So right here, I'll show you, there's a little bit of a run in order to get to the map. And a great tip that DansomeWoja actually pointed out to me was if you go prone in the doorway and then just melee out the bottom, you'll be pretty well protected by some smoke clouds. So great tip by DansomeWoja. Now spawn peak number 7 is going to be a variation, and on this one we're going to be anticipating the approach on the doorway into the engine hallway. You guys can see right here, I'm holding an insanely cheeky pixel peak in between these two little pipes that go all the way to the doorway through the hallway. This is so difficult to counter if you're an attacker. This is what it's going to look like right here. And yet again, if you're not using an ACOG and it's hard for you to hold that angle, you can still hold a little bit more to the right, like you're going to see Dan here use, and it's still very viable because you can see the entrance, and anybody that jumps in, they're going to be getting pre-shot, and it's going to be an insanely tough time for anybody approaching from this particular spot. Alright, now moving right along to spot number 8. This one's going to be a variation, kind of a mix between a spawn peak but also a run out. Now this is going to be taking out people generally when they're running from the snowmobile spawn. This also works on the other side, on the north side of Yacht, and also for the Zodiac spawn that's going to be southwest of this window. But generally I like to watch the camera coming from snowmobile, and when I see people come up, I'll switch to the camera that's over by Zodiac, which is going to be on the west hand side of Yacht, and that camera looks all the way down on the east deck right here. And so from here I can kind of pick and choose. When I see them kind of turn and check a window, I'll just jump right out from my prepped window, and you'll be able to get a very, very easy kill. This also lines you up for a multi kills because in casual everybody spawns together. If you happen to get 3, 4, 5 people running together on this spot, you guys can imagine the possibilities. Alright, Brah, so that's going to wrap it up for this quick video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what your guys' favorite spawn peak was, and I'll see you guys all very soon in the next video. Peace.